Happy Monday. It's Denise. We're here for Stampin' with Denise. Hope everyone had a great weekend. I did. It wasn't long enough. I would have liked to have had another day to spend in my craft room. So, let's see. Let's see here. We get everybody, get it popped. Everyone have a good Monday? I did. It was a good day. Come on. Oh. Hi, Nancy. I see you. I'm trying to pull this up on my iPad so I can kind of keep an eye on things there, too. There we go. So, I've noticed lately on... oops, let me turn my volume down on my iPad. I noticed lately I'm not getting notifications when people are going live. And so... I was waiting for it to pop up on my feed and that I went live, and it didn't, so I don't know, so it took me a second. But anyway, I want to thank you for joining. We're going to have a couple minutes here for people to get on while we're waiting. If comments at the bottom are in your way and you can't see what my hands are doing, slide that over to your right, those comments, and they'll go away. If you push it back to the left, they'll come back. Please, I would like you to share my video. And for everyone that shares, you get a chance to win the project I make tonight. And while we're talking about that, last week you might remember I used this set called Humming Along to make this card. It's backwards. So I made this card. Remember, you might remember I told you I was having trouble with what to do with it. I had earned it free at On Stage and pulled it out a few times and never been real happy. Well, funny thing is, no sooner did I say that and I did this live, and someone came up with a couple other ideas on using it that I really liked and I was able to do. So I thought I'd share those with you today. And this is one of them that I used. I used Brusho. I've used Brusho a few times too, and this is one of the better times. I kind of like it. I'm getting used to using it. Hi, Cynthia, welcome. Make sure you share my video. Maybe you'll win tonight's card. So I liked this one, and then I saw this one and I tweaked it a little bit. And really all I did was stamp the whole design on Whisper white paper, and then this whole thing is colored in, even the background. It's got I think I used Light Pool Party on the background. And I think it came out nice. It's kind of labor intensive, not something you'd want to do to mass produce. So whenever you, if you wait long enough, something will come up. You'll find a way to use it. So, of the people who shared my video last week, oh, thank you, Cynthia. Thank you for the kind words. Again, this was the card I made last week, and it is going to go to Dawn Leonard because she shared my video and she was chosen. So, Dawn, I have your address. I will get this out to you in the mail really soon. So, congratulations on that. Okay, well, yesterday when I was trying to decide what I wanted to do for today's video, I had like 4 stamp sets sitting over here that were brand new that came last week, and I hadn't had a chance to get to them, and I was dying to use them, so I decided to use them for one of tonight's videos. So, decided that what we were going to use was, well, you know what, I'm going to put the camera up, and so we can, watch down on the table. It'll be a lot easier. So, hang on. So, there we go. Hang tight. There, try not to bump you too much. So, tonight we're going to use this bundle from the Occasions catalog. It's called Happy Tales. And it's a stamp set, and there's also a punch available with it. And I'm a dog person, but there is a similar one that's a cat There's a cat punch, and there's a stamp set that has cats in it. So I like this one because sorry for your loss, friends forever, a best friend leaves paw prints on your heart. And the sentiments in this one are also interchangeable on the cat stamp set if you're making a sympathy card. So I thought I'd use it because it was one of the new ones I had and what one that had been on my wish list. But I'm going to show you, you know, it looks like it's kind of, you know, one-dimensional, like you can only do one kind of dog. But I thought I'd show you some of the examples I made, and really, they're kind of endless. You know, first of all, you can do just a silhouette. You could do that in black or any shades of brown, like this. If you stamp the dog on the cardstock and then punch him out, now you've got a little definition. You know, you could also do is there two there? Yeah, I thought there's two. And there it is on white. I'm trying to show you here. So here's the dog on white with some brown spots. That's using these. That's one whole set, and you just get it centered. And then you can do white with black spots, so you have a Dalmatian. So really you could do these on any kind of color combination you want. You could do a black dog with white spots. You know, you could use a darker brown. You could stamp with brown and on you know, with a dark brown on a lighter brown shade of cardstock. So really the combinations are endless. So that's why I was playing with it, and I didn't know what kind of dog I wanted on my cards. So anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you. And like I said, there is a cat punch. It's a silhouette much like this. And I'll be perfectly honest. Let me see. Let me pull out my catalog. Oops, wrong catalog. I haven't looked at the cat one too much because I'm not really a cat person, but I know a lot of you are. But this is what the cat looks like. True love has 4 paws. You're the cat's meow. A friend like you comes around once in 9 lives. So those are a little more cat themed, but they do certainly, you know, a lot of these sentiments with the dog can, you know, like if someone has lost their cat. And you can see there's 3 different cat, you know, patterns there too. So you could come with all sorts of color combinations. Well, I suppose you could make a crazy colored cat too, huh? So, okay, let me show you a couple of cards that I made. This was the first one I made using that set. So sorry for your loss. This black cardstock. A best friend leaves paw prints on your heart. And I just used the black silhouette of the dog. Put some little paw prints around there. A little ribbon. This is from the Grunge, I think it's called, bundle. But I think the silver is just enough. It's not too gaudy, but I really liked that card. Here's one where I use the wood grain designer series paper. I did put something in here. I just put little paw prints in the corner. So sorry for your loss, a best friend leaves paw prints on your heart. So kind of simple, but just to acknowledge when someone's lost their furry friend. So, but those are both for people who have lost their dogs. So I decided for tonight's video we would do a happy one. So this is the card we're going to make tonight, or I'm going to make tonight. It says Friends Forever. And I just thought it was cute, and maybe someone's got a new puppy, a new dog, and you want to give them a card. I actually have one of my co-workers at work. About 2 weeks ago, his dog had 6 puppies, and he's been posting videos on Facebook, and everybody's just going head over heels crazy for those cute little puppies. And one of them was really small. They're golden, and they're golden retrievers. And there were 6 puppies, and the small one was only 6 ounces, so it was really tiny. But she's gaining weight, and I think she's going to be full of P&V, if you know what I mean. Okay, so we're going to get started here. This is our card base. As you know, it's just half of a piece of thick Whisper White, so that makes it 8.5 by 5.5 inches. You fold it in half, use the bone folder, and we'll just set that aside for now. Okay. And all the, if you don't catch the measurements, that's okay. It's going to be on the, underneath the video, okay? We have a piece of crumb cake here that's 4 by 5.25. I have a piece of DSP. This is the Neutrals pack of Designer Series paper. Comes like this. You know, and it matches several of the colors from the Neutrals. And it's got polka dots and stripes on either side. So, this, let me put this back in here, is actually, it's 3 inches by 6 inches. So really I just cut one of the 6 by 6 pieces in half. And then I cut this off 2 inches. Because this is 2 by 3, so that leaves this 4 by 3. And so we're going to use these 2 pieces. The black is 3.25 by 2.25. And this is my scrap piece to put my dog and my doghouse on. Okay, so I guess we can start with stamping. Since we've got photopolymer stamps, again, those are the clear stamps. They don't have any cushion on them, so we want a little bit of cushion on our stamps. So that's why I have my foam pad here. Let me pull out. We'll start out with the dog. Oops, let me see here. Let me get some stuff out of the way. Oh, and of course I've got ink all over my hands already. Okay. You know, spring might actually kind of be here in Michigan. We were actually above freezing today. Some of the I don't want to say snow starting to melt. Yay! There we go. There's our dog. And I am going to use that was our Memento black. Not quite done with it, but I'm going to put the lid on it because I put my fingers in it. And so now here I'm using Sahara sand. We're going to put the spots on our dog. I'm going to get make sure I have this oriented right. I had to play with it a couple times. I couldn't quite figure out how to get the spots on the dog here, but here we go. I have that inked up. I'm going to get right over this. And the nice thing about these photopolymer stamps is you can see through them and get them, so you can get them lined up. So now look at that. Isn't he cute? He's got some cute little spots on him for a little bit of personality. Then all we're going to do, put him in the punch, line him up, and punch him out. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if you're aware, but when a demonstrator hits their $1 million sales for their career, they actually get to design a stamp set. And I always said that if I designed a stamp set, I was going to design one with a Boston Terrier, because that's the kind of dog I have. So there's a bulldog in the annual catalog in one of the sets, but not quite a Boston Terrier. Okay, I'm gonna stamp the doghouse, and I stamped it. I'm gonna flip this over because I got ink on it. I stamped it a couple times yesterday, and I found I did better if I put the red down first and then I put the black. So there's that. Okay, and here's the black lines. And if it doesn't line up exactly, it's not a big deal. Now, there are no dies to cut out the house, so I just fussy cut it with my scissors. And see, again, because you can see, you're just going to line this up. So let it set for a second. And there you go. Well, I'm a little off on the side, but you know, I would just cut that off. You wouldn't see those little lines hanging off. But so that you don't have to watch me fussy cut, there's a, through the magic of television, haha, there is a doghouse. Okay, oh, you know what I did not put on my dog is his collar. So let me stamp his collar. Make sure I got the right color. Yep, I got red. But these clear stamps make it so easy to get your placement just right. So, okay. Done with the red. Okay, so the little dog is done. Only have one little bit of stamping left, and that is on the, that's the sentiment. But I'm going to go ahead first and put this on here. I mean, if you wanted to, you could put this piece that way and put the polka dots on this, or put the stripes on this way, but I'm gonna do it the way my original one was. So looking for some, trying to think of what I want to do for some of my future Facebook Lives. I'd love to get your ideas on, I didn't put that on exactly straight, doggone. But that's okay, I can fix it. I'd like to get some ideas on what you'd like to do. You can see I didn't quite put it on here straight, but you know what, that's okay. I'm going to step away for a second. I'm going to go to the paper trimmer, and I'm just going to trim the edges up, and you'll never know. It'll be a perfect fit. Hang tight, don't go anywhere. Okay, I'm back. See, now I trimmed up those uneven edges, and you'd never know. And you know what? It's only a tiny, tiny, tiny bit smaller than my original. And so it's not even going to make a difference. So, and okay, so we're going to stamp. I guess we do have a couple things to stamp. We're going to do the sentiment. So yeah, I'd love some ideas on if there's something you'd like to see for future Facebook Lives. I was considering doing a technique tonight, you know, but I don't know what others might be interested in. So we're going to put our Friends Forever on there. There we go. So I'm done with the black, and I only have one more thing to do, and that's to stamp the little bones that are on this cardstock right here. So that cardstock is Crumb Cake, and I am using Sahara sand. So they're not exactly the same shades of brown. And you know what? I did the same thing tonight I did yesterday. I adhered the DSP before I stamped the bones. So this is a little trick, a little masking trick that you can do is cover it up with a piece of, oh, come on, why can I not do this straight? Of sticky note. And then you can just, you know, it's more interesting if they kind of go off the page a little, you know, off the edge a little bit. Like that. I don't need to do too much because a lot of it's covered up. So I'm going to put another one here, like that. So I think that works. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do one more off of it right down here. I had meant to do this before I adhered the striped paper, but you know what? It didn't happen. So there you go. There's another trick you learn. Now we're done stamping, and I can close this up. Now what we have to do is finish assembly. Okay, we want the polka dots on top, so we're going to put the stripes down. like that. Good. And then I'm gonna adhere the doghouse onto this piece. Where are my dimensionals? Here we go. Okay. I'm gonna actually cut this dimensional in half so that I can use it on the sides. Here, I'm gonna put, instead of 2 whole ones, I'm gonna use 4 halves, if that makes any sense. So I hate it when I put something on with dimensionals and it gets smashed in the mail. So, 1, come on here. There we go, 3 and 4. So yeah, I was saying I kind of hope we're done with winter, but something makes me think, you know, this is Michigan, so it may be another, there may be another cold snap, I don't know. There's that. I'm going to attach, what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach the dog on the top part of him on here, and then I'm going to attach the whole other piece, the other piece as a whole, or attach that as a whole. And you'll see why in a second here. Okay, so I'm going to put him about right there. And there's, you know, there's no right, there's no wrong. But I wanted to make sure that he's as, since I'm putting dimensionals on the back of this, I'm going to put dimensionals on the bottom part of him too, so he's the same height as the part where his head is. I'm going to just cut one of these in half here. So, put one here, and one here. I'm going to put one on his tail too, because I don't want his tail to get all smushed. Oops, there's a half of one. This is probably overkill, but that's okay. Put it right on his tail. So I'd hate for his tail to get all messed up. And then we'll put one more smack dab in the middle. There we go. And I'm going to take these backings off, but then you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to attach this piece to our card base before I attach him. So, anyway, be sure you please share my video so that hopefully you can win tonight's card. I do have my classes this weekend, so if you'd like to come, it's not too late to RSVP. I have a class Friday night at 7. No, at 6, I'm sorry. And then I have one Saturday at noon. So I need RSVPs 2 days in advance for that. But you know, if you're interested and you want to order from me, you don't have to live locally. You just have to be in the United States. I can't sell outside of the U.S., but if you're in another country, I can sure help you find a demonstrator that would be happy to help you. So, okay, put this on here. Every video, every Facebook Live, I at least do one thing crooked, so. See if I have all the backings off. Okay, I'm going to put this right on here. And there we go. Friends forever. Isn't that cute? I love that. So, this is the one we did tonight. These were the couple other samples I showed you. You know, if you're interested in getting any product, coming in any classes, please don't hesitate to get in touch with me. I can certainly get you all hooked up. Even if you haven't, have never stamped before, I can get you hooked up. And you know what, while I got you here, I'm going to tell you too, some of you don't, you know, have never stamped before, but have expressed an interest in wanting to make cards. So we have this great thing with Stampin' Up! Called Memories and More, and it's actually a pack of cards that they use for memory keeping, but they make great cards. And so I have a class that I'm actually putting together right now, and you'd get a pack of the Memory and More cards, the little adhesive enamel dots, and the ribbon, and I get you the card bases for 10 cards, and then you have more of the, you know, to make 10 greeting cards, and then you have the rest of the pack of the Memory and More cards to do with what you like. You know, you can make more cards, but the great thing about this is there's no stamping. It's all stickers. So there's some information about that in my email that goes out every week. There's information on my Facebook page. So if you're interested in that too, I can get you all hooked up for that. You have till I think it's the middle of April to order. And then it'll go out once I get all the supplies. I'll put all together and I'll send it on out to the house. So please, if you haven't already, please share my video and you might get a chance to win my card from tonight. But I wanted to thank everybody for joining me, and come back next Monday night at 8 p.m. and I'll have another fun card to show you. Have a good one, guys. Have a good week. Bye now. Thank you.